This is Pastor Derek McRae coming to you today to talk to you just about the things that are happening in our society. It can be confusing about what's happening, and I'm kind of torn in between two opinions with this situation. One of the things that we definitely have to do is we got to make sure we put an end to the violence that is taking place where law enforcement officers are unjustly taking the lives of our young African-American men. But not only that, but it goes a step further, community. We got to make sure that we are taking on the responsibilities to help clean up our own nation as well. Sometimes others don't do what you can do as well as you can do it. And one thing I know for sure is that the African-American community has always had a way of speaking to our very own. And so today I'm calling for you. Even though we're protesting, we're doing sit-ins, we're also doing our die-ins, we're doing all kinds of protests, and I think they're great. But we got to go a step further, generation. We got to make sure that we step out and we start registering to vote. We got to make sure that we start raising up young African-American people who can step into office to make a change for what we're asking to be done. We cannot sit around anymore and wait for somebody else to do it for us. We are smart enough. We are wise enough, we have enough connections, we have all the resources needed for us to produce change. The only thing that is lacking is we have not stepped up to the plate in a unified effort together and said, you know what, it stops today. I'm challenging you. After we finish protesting, after we finish talking about who's not doing what, let's come together and let's make sure that we find ourselves praying together. Let's return back to God. Let's find ourselves challenging our communities. There's no such thing as a snitch anymore. If something is happening wrong, I want to get rid of every bad apple to make sure that it does not spoil the bunch. Because every African-American male is not a criminal. But guess what? The news keep highlighting those that are. Let's clean our neighborhoods up. Let's make sure that we make a change, and then let's fight against what's happening in our justice systems to make sure that our justice system is doing exactly what we feel is just for our nation. I believe the Bible is true when it says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, that then he will hear from heaven, he will forgive their sins, and he will heal their land. The way forward is back to church. I'm challenging you. After we finish the protest again, find your way to a house of worship. Tell God all about your problems, and let's believe God for the change. We cannot defeat this system on our own. We have to bring it to God first and ask God to have his way in our lives, totally surrendering and denying ourselves, because we cannot afford to see another African-American male life taken by a police officer or by one of our very own peers. We got to come together, generation. We got to come together and fight this. We can do it. With God, all things are possible. The question was asked, is there anything too hard for God? That answer is no. So make sure you take responsibility. Make sure you produce change. Make sure you position yourselves to make a difference. Together we can do it. We're strong enough. We're smart enough. We're wise enough. God bless you. And I'm praying for the entire nation as we go through these terrible times. God bless you.